everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Mikey. To start today's video, we're actually getting our first tattoo ever in our 40s. I have been wanting a tattoo since, I want to say, high school. It's just one of those things where I just never knew exactly what I wanted. Like for me, I guess something just had to speak to me to be able to get it. And so today we're getting a tattoo of Monster, my Boston Terrier that passed about a year and a half ago. She was my soulmate. She was my best friend. She and I were like this. I've just been through so much with her. I've been through so many different life changes with her, huge life changes, and she's always been by my side during the best and worst of times. So I just have a really strong connection and bond with her, and I just remember just looking into her eyes and I felt like she knew what I was feeling and she would always be able to cheer me up. So that's what we're doing today. We're getting a tattoo right here of her. And the crazy thing too is I was trying to get this tattoo back in February, but then January I lost my job, so I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be spending money. So then I told her, hey, let's reschedule. And then when I got my part-time job, I scheduled an appointment with her and it was in April, but then she actually had a last-minute trip that she needed to go to, so she canceled. And then after that, she's like, okay, here's the dates that I have. And one of the dates that she has is today, June 18th, which is actually my dad's birthday. So I was like, okay, this is meant to be. Let's get the tattoo. What are you eating? So I was like, oh, perfect. Let's book it. This is meant to be. It's my dad's birthday. Getting a tattoo of Monster. It's going to be a good day. Speaking of tattoos, there's also another one that I want, and I'm basing it off of a fish. I just don't know if that's going to look cute on me. I'm only going to get tattoos on this left arm. Eventually, I just want to cover it up, but not like a full sleeve, just a few tattoos here and there. But the other tattoo I know I definitely want is of a mackerel. I just have to see if a mackerel would look cute on me. And I know you guys are like, why a mackerel? I used to go fishing all the time with my grandparents. I remember waking up 3, 4 in the morning, trying to get to the pier super early because they wanted a good spot. It was just like one of my favorite memories with my grandparents. And so the reason for the mackerel is when my grandma passed, she was 90 or 91. She had a good long life, but I remember she was in hospice and she wasn't doing so well. The night before she passed, I had a dream, and I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but I don't really recall most of my dreams, but when I do, it's always kind of dealing with some sort of passing or death. I had tons of dreams with Monster. I really feel like she came to me in my dreams. As crazy as that might sound, the night before my grandma had passed, I had a dream and we were both fishing. It was me, her, and my grandpa, but in the dream it was primarily me and her. And I caught a fish, I reeled it up, and then when I got the fish, my grandma was gone. The reason that's important is because my grandma would oftentimes unhook the fish for me because I was just I was young, it was slimy, and I was scared to get cut by the hook. And so she would oftentimes do that. And so when I reeled in the fish, brought it up, she was no longer there. And literally at that exact same instance, my phone rang and it was my sister. It was already in the morning and it was my sister. And she's like, you gotta get to the hospital now. She's about to go. So I don't think that's a coincidence. That's such a crazy coincidence to have that sort of a dream with that much significance and meaning, and then to wake up at the exact point in time where that happened and my sister called. I was like, she was visiting me in my dreams and telling me it's time, because like I'm getting goosebumps. I just don't believe it was a coincidence. I really believe she came to my dreams some way, somehow. And so that's the reason I want to get a mackerel, because that was sort of the fish we would catch often at that pier was mackerel. But we'll see. That's probably going to be later in the future. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but also excited about a tattoo. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I could take the pain, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up getting ready and then we'll see how much I can or can't film there. And if not, I will catch you back here and reveal my tattoo of my little baby Monster. All right, let's head out. I'm 43 and this is my first tattoo. I've always wanted tattoos, but I've just never drawn to something so much that I knew I wanted it inked on me forever. It wasn't until my dog Monster passed a year and a half ago that I knew she'd be my first. We had a special bond, and I find as time goes by, I sometimes forget about it. So this is my daily reminder. I've had many titles in my life, but one of my favorites is, I'm just a happy man with his happy dog. Monster, I miss you. Alright guys, we're now day 3 and I have been religiously trying to care for my tattoo as best I can. And I'm going based off the instructions from my tattoo artist Jordan, who by the way was amazing. I'm going to leave her information down below in case you're interested. If you're in the San Diego area, and honestly if you're in SoCal, she is worth the drive if you're looking for a pet tattoo artist. I didn't know I would love this as much as I was going to, because every time I look at it, it just makes me happy. And like I said in that little montage and voiceover, you know, like as time goes on, you kind of like not forget, but well, maybe forget a little bit about the bond you had with your dog when you don't see them every day anymore. Like I was seeing Monster every day for the last 13 years, and after a while you kind of forget about that connection because you don't see them every day. But now that I see her every day, it's like, I don't know, it just makes me really happy. So this is probably like the best gift I could have given myself. But yeah, I've been trying to do my best cleaning the tattoo, and basically what I've been doing is for the last 2 days, I've been going in with this Dial antibacterial hand soap. And then obviously you pat dry it with some paper towels so that you don't get bacteria on it because it is an open wound. And then I'll go in with some Aquaphor. And I just go in with a thin layer of this. I've also been sleeping with long sleeves just because I don't want the dogs licking at it. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get infected because I hear an infected tattoo is really, really hard to recover. So I'm just trying to do my best, and I'm probably going overboard, but you know what? It's my first one, so better to be safe than sorry. I also transitioned from Aquaphor today to this Hustle Butter that I purchased on Amazon, and it had over 30,000 reviews with 4 to 5 stars, and everyone was basically saying they preferred it over Aquaphor. But from what they're saying is this heals quicker. Maybe this is a little bit too moisturizing, where the shea butter will moisturize but dry quickly, and so maybe that helps with the tattoo healing faster. I don't know, that's just based on the reviews I was reading on Amazon. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Again, new tattoo, first time, so I'm just letting you guys know the process and what I'm going through. So yeah, I'm on day 3 and there's not really much peeling, as you can see. What I've been reading and what friends have been telling me is that it's going to get much lighter than this. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that process to happen. And like I said earlier, I am going to Japan on the 30th, which is 10 days from now. So it's going to be about 2 weeks by the time I get to Japan that I've had this tattoo, and hopefully it heals by then so that I could put SPF on it, because sun to new tattoos is really bad for it. But when I did talk to my tattoo artist and I told her that I was going to Japan, she said it should be fine. That's why I went through with the appointment anyways. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure to either keep it covered in Japan or just apply SPF throughout the day so that the sun doesn't damage the skin and the tattoo. But yeah, guys, I'm so happy with it. I love it. I'm ready to get my next one. Me and Donnie are joking that the girls are jealous. So I'm like, okay, I'll get you guys next. Here's the problem, because now the biggest issue I'm having is not what tattoo I want to get or what the subject of the tattoo I want to get, because now I have a list of all these things I want to do. But it's more now the placement. Like, I'm terrified that my next tattoo will be placed and I'm gonna hate it. I'm so scared. Oh yeah, and I forgot to talk about the pain level. I was expecting it to actually be worse, and in the beginning it was actually a piece of cake. I was just like, keep going, go as long as you need, go as long as you want. But obviously as it started to get tender and we were in the 2nd hour, then it started to hurt a little bit more, and then it wasn't until she, at the end of the tattoo, where she went back in and did a little bit of the highlights, where I was like, oh, okay, this is painful. But before that, I was like, I would say 5 out of 10 for pain. And then when she went in with the highlights, I would say that was more in the like 7, 8 out of 10 for pain. So yeah, wasn't too bad. I will say that the wiping helped because they're not constantly tattooing you and poking you with needles and penetrating your skin with tiny needles, because they're gonna like go a little bit and then wipe, and that wipe gives you a little bit of like relief from the pain. I feel like if they just kept tattooing and didn't wipe, it would hurt a lot more. So the wiping was clutch for me. My friend Lady did say the wiping for her hurt a lot, so I guess pain level is just different for everyone, and that's what pretty much everyone says when it comes to tattoos. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. It was actually very healing, oddly enough, that I'm healing here, but I also healed here. Just like doing that voiceover, that was like my 6th take because I couldn't get through it. I was like sobbing just because it brought back all those emotions, and I'm like getting a little bit teary now because, you know, if you've owned a pet that you had a really deep bond with, you just know the feeling. I feel really connected with her again. Like, I really do. And I understand now why people get tattoos, because One, for aesthetics, but also for like a deep connection with something. To have it forever on you as a reminder of something important in your life. Do you remember her? Don't lick her. Don't lick her. No, Aiko's jealous. They want their set. Dad, you gotta get me next. Put me there somewhere. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you can, try to choose happy over sad today. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, everyone. Say bye, monster.